will stand up for the poor and them. I will line with the poor and them. I will drink with the poor and them. And I will use my voice and make sure that the poor people and the people that are suffering and everybody like that get to hear the voice. So I down here to make sure the Horquetta and Talparo, they hear all your voice. And I ain't just coming today, I'm coming back. Because they don't start to tell me about box trade in the back there and things, I'm coming to light them forecasts. I'm coming to light up them. I promise all everybody. I promise all that coming back. Do you know why I'm standing here? No, I tell you the tale. PNM called me already, UNC called me already, COP called me already, I never come to none of that. I tell them I don't do politics, leave me alone, I just bash all them, stop it. I believe in the underdog. Phillip Alexander. Watch that person before they understand. You see, they just dig dirt and find them not digging deep enough. You see, they dig in the first 2 levels. I find they should dig 6 feet because if you're going to bury somebody 6 feet, you have to dig. So I find you should dig 6 feet and really find out where you come from and where you reach to now. That's what I find. If you're going to dig dirt, dig 6 feet because if you're burying somebody, you can't use 2 feet alone. Dig 6 feet and find out where the man come from. Because plenty of we come from nothing. But if you here, it's because you decide that you're in lineman in that 6 feet, you're going to climb back out. That's what they're here for. Because they're tired lineman in that 6 feet and all they want to dig all the way back out. And we, everybody you see in orange jersey here, is because they want to help you dig out of that hole. That's what they have one orange jersey for. Not for a party, you know. They're here. They're not getting paid. They're not getting no house, they don't get no HDC house, they're looking for kickbacks. They are here from the goodness of their heart to make sure that the Horquetta, Talparo and the rest of Trinidad and Tobago get a fair chance and can dig themselves out and the whole of PNM and UNC and Paul in. Because everybody in Orange is here know what it feel like to be in the drain. But it have no race when it comes to PEP, I realize that. It have no color and it have no religion. All of we just bleed blood, and where I come from, it have a saying, you don't watch blood go down in the drain. Where I come from, it have a saying, you don't watch your blood run in the drain. So we down here because we want to watch our blood run down in the drain. We here because we don't want to see that no more. Well, you see what's going on. I'm in Trinidad, but I tell you all in Tobago, you see what's going on. That's what they want to do all in. It's just a matter of time, you know, the boat was just a stifle Tobago. All you feel it done? Maxi Coffee not being there, it's the stifle all here. All you remember when they dropped the SOE, I sure remember here was not one of the hotspots. Why here was a hotspot? How you could, in this I never understand where I come from. I tell myself, if you're supposed to be doing your job, it's not supposed to have hotspots. If you're doing your job correctly, how did here become a hotspot? If you're doing your job correctly, but you're not. So I want to point somebody, not by party, not by race, not even by friendship, by watching them lives while I was in Tobago, living in my car park up on the beach, that I believe in. The man that I believe in, the man that I believe will fight more than Rowley and UNC and Kamala and all them put together. Phillip Alexander.
Chris, thank you, man. Yes. I was gonna mock him. Play, DJ, play! Let them up!
If it is that who you're voting
Trinidad and Tobago, La Horquetta, Talparo, give yourselves a round of applause. Make some noise. Tell us something. Let me tell you. Every time we have a meeting, they have a lady in the PEP that's do a lot of work silently, invisibly, that's make these things happen. A girl named Debbie Lee Jaikaran that's responsible for all of this, and I would like to give them a word. Every time it gets better, Debbie Lee. Every single time it gets better, and she works hard. She is an interesting character, and if you get to know her, you'll understand why we love her so much. All of the speakers who spoke tonight touched on a common thread: a better nation. I've seen men like Boyer Canuck, Rudy Paul, Joe Paul, Karl March. I've seen people here, Nigel Shaves and my boy Sabini. Everybody, there are people here from all over the country come down here to be a part of what's going on tonight. Sterling from the Martin Central. This is not just La Horquetta Talparo, but we standing with you. We come down here tonight to say we standing with you. Because if Westmoreland's good and La Horquetta bad, Trinidad not good. If Goodwood Park good and Talparo not good, Trinidad not good. If Morva, Beetham, Lamington and Sealots not good, Trinidad not good. And we have to get that in the politician's head. The function and role of government is the well-being of the citizens. There is no other purpose for a government. Understand, all of them in the parliament have one purpose: to look after your well-being. And if the country in a mess, it's them to blame. Suicide, third highest in the world now, you know. Trinidad and Tobago, can't give yourself a round of applause for that.
No.
Mental illness, we lead in the Western Hemisphere. Can't give yourself a round of applause for that.
No.
Kim Cole called me on a TV station to tell me a racist. She and all of them in the Black Caucus didn't remind black people in Trinidad and Tobago have the highest heart disease in the Western world. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about issues that matter to people. They don't want to talk about the fact that more than 750,000 people in this country live below the poverty line. Heirs to the third wealthiest nation in the Western world. Every single person in this room, and everybody you know, and everybody they know, and all of us together own this country. A nation that spends $5 million every hour. $5 million. Trinidad spends, this dot in the sea, we spend $5 million every hour. Manning, Kamala, Rowley, $720 billion so far. We have nothing to show for it. Instead of the Chief Justice working with the rest of the justice and law enforcement machinery to bring them all to justice, he taking us 6 months off because things nice. Trinidad is a paradise for some, but not for all. 750,000 people below the poverty line is not a thing to laugh at. That's a serious issue. The reality is the vast majority of the people of this country will never own a home. That is madness. We are the wealthiest country in the Caribbean, Latin, Central and South America. And the vast majority of our people will never own a home. the Housing Development Corporation, that corrupt den of iniquity that took over from the National Housing Authority, that built these concrete hot boxes in La Horquetta and created ghetto communities and called that housing. Because I don't live here, but I feel for you when I walk around. I couldn't believe that a country this wealthy could have people living in so much poverty. It is an insult to every one of us. And to the people in Goodwood Park, Fairways, Sinclair, Valsay, Palmis, to the people in the big shot areas, Westmorelands, if you want to know why you're not safe, because too many people in this country hungry. And until that is no longer our reality, nothing will change. Robert Amar, he's been doing this for decades. He's been having this same conversation. He's been trying. And I walked into this with my eyes open for all the defamation and all the character assassination and all the bad talk, because I watch what they do him. And I work alongside him for years, and I watch him take care of people that if you see them, you wouldn't believe is he mind them. And the point I want to make to you is this. This slogan on this backdrop here, if we don't adopt that nationally, if we don't end the nigger coolie politics, if we don't end it, it will end Trinidad and Tobago. Understand, it is that deceit, because nowhere in the world, nowhere on planet Earth, not Mars, Venus or Jupiter, are the grandchildren of Africa and the grandchildren of India in conflict. So why the hell we allow politicians to sell us a lie in Trinidad and Tobago? Why do we do that? And the only thing they have is that if you take away the power of the racial vote, the UNC collapse. If you take away the power of the racial vote, the PNM collapse. There is nothing that the PNM brings to the table. There is nothing that the PNM brings to the table. And I'm saying this because the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, stood up in the Parliament on Friday, wanted to take the leader of government business outside on the pavement and shit kick him. That's what passing for leadership and governance in Trinidad and Tobago. While the people trying to understand how it is so many of our people could be living such desperate lives. I had a live video last night. A gentleman by the name of Sadiki called in to say, Mr. Alexander, I'm from La Horquetta, and the buses to La Horquetta don't run. And I went and I stand up. This is what you tell me. I stand up and I count, and I watch and I see there are buses for everywhere else, and then buses running on time. So I'm trying to understand, because Keith Rowley came here a couple of weeks ago. He came in this constituency. Didn't he ask? When Mr. Sadiki was telling me that children from the primary schools waited 3 hours in a bus shelter to go home, Keith Rowley should be ashamed of himself. Everything that's going on in that parliament now, everything is a waste of our time and a waste of our money. And we need to fire them. When you listen to them tell you how much things don't work and how long it will take to fix, they lie. We've been told forever that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is corrupt. That they have rogue elements and corrupt elements and criminals in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And what that does is that puts a smear, as Robert said, on the good and richer place, on the good and decent people in the service. And the PNM told you under Patrick Manning in 2005 that it will take them 15 years to clean it. And now they're telling it under Rowley that it will take you 15 more. Vision 2020 and Vision 2030. We tell you that the police service could be cleaned up in 6 months. Bring international law enforcement officers from the New York City Police Department, Internal Affairs, and pay them to do what they do best in New York City. And we twin ourselves and our crime fight with New York City. Because anybody here, I dare you, jump in a boat and drive up in New York City. See how much time they get stuck. Don't stop now. After 9/11, don't stop. But they will sink you so fast. In Trinidad and Tobago, you could drive from Colombia all the way up the Caribbean, nobody stopping to see where you're going. Drugs, human trafficking, illegal guns, narcotics have destroyed this country. They want to pass an anti-gang bill that they promise you is the cure-all for crime. But they lie. Because the rules of evidence gathering stays the same. And the rules of prosecuting a matter in court stays the same. All you've done is give police more power to kick down door and lock up poor people, but you ain't doing nothing to address crime with that stupid billion. And the UNC allow the PNM to paint them in a corner. Because the UNC know that that law didn't work for their 5 years. So when that law ended under the UNC, when the sunset clause kicked in, and that law ended, and they look around and they realize that for 5 years you had an anti-gang law in Trinidad and Tobago, and you had not one single conviction. Waste of time. Farris went and brought back up the same act not essential to hold gang suspects. I didn't want to read this to tell it. It's Church Young. Church Young said in the parliament, he said, we see all of them and we know who was in the riot and all of them getting locked up. So what's the point of the act? What's the point of the law? People have been asking, if it was a good law, why put an expiry date on it? If the anti-gang bill, if the anti-gang act, if the anti-gang law could end gang culture in Trinidad and Tobago, why have a sunset clause? They know it is theater. They know it is circus. It is pretending as if. It is acting so that they fool you. And they could say, well, we tried. But they lie. And every time they get together in that hallowed place, the highest court in our land, the place where our laws are drafted and written and passed into law, all we get is theater, circus, bacchanal, and noise. Nothing. 2.5 years later. Listen to the lies. Listen to the lies. Trinidad is in a recession. The lie. Trinidad is not in a recession. Trinidad is mismanaged. The government has taken steps to make sure that it is difficult for you, the average person, to have a business, to advance in your life. When you hear people talk about poverty and poverty without end in this country, it is because they have nowhere to turn. They lie to you. You are in office 2.5 years. You are blaming the recession on negative quarters of depressed energy prices, and you have not done one thing to diversify the economy. 2.5 years, not one thing. Not one thing. It is the Progressive Empowerment Party that has been saying for years now that the moving of the prisoners up and down the road is a waste of time. It puts people at risk. It's a waste of money. Build the court in the jail. Faris announced he billing the court in the jail. Somebody asked me if Faris is a papa. Somebody else say we don't want Faris. We are better lawyers. Churchill told the Prime Minister that the Chief Justice cannot go on sabbatical because it's against the law. They have no such law. The Salary Reviews Commission said there is a law, look the law. A nation of fools. Because if this is who is guiding us, and this is who is telling us what is real and what is fact, and it turns out that everything that they tell us is nonsense and foolishness, where are we going? Where are we going? Robert said 56 years of this. 56 years of this. 56 years of not doing what it takes to make sure that the average person could own a home. 56 years of not putting in place a farmer's bill of rights. The farmers can access farmland, but the backers and the financiers building malls and cineplexes on farmland. Understand this, you will hear them say it soon. Food independence is the only independence that matters. Who own your food? Call the shots. Who own your food? Who feeding you? That is your boss. Trinidad and Tobago could feed itself. Up to the 70s, we were a net food exporter. What happened? What happened? Oil money, oil boom. Some devious businessmen realized if we stopped them growing food, we could import all the food and make them pay 3, 4, 5 times the price for the same food. That's what goes on in Trinidad. Your money goes nowhere. You get paid and you're going to the grocery and every week. Less food in the bag, bigger bill. And you have nobody to turn to. They don't have a plan. They have nothing. They are not coming to you as government and saying, this is where we are, this is where we need to go, and this is how we will get there. The Progressive Empowerment Party, 1 year old. We get up 21 policies at a glance. Felicia, come and read these policies. I want you to hear in a better voice than mine. This is a preamble, a precursor to an actual manifesto that is being drafted right now called Reboot the Republic. And we literally want to undo and redo it. Turn it off and turn it back on. Felicia. 1, 2.
Okay, so the first policy is home ownership for all.
0 deposit, 0 interest for 30 years for first-time home owners. That means minimum wage earners will be able to afford a home at 0 deposit, 0 interest for 30 years. We're talking about $100,000 starter homes. If you buy an 1,100 square foot, 100,000 starter home, your mortgage every month will be $577. Minimum wage earners earn $2,250 a month. That meets the bank threshold and allows for Scotia, RBC, Republic, and First Citizens Bank to finance everybody to own a home. They don't need the madness of the HDC.
Okay, second policy, national security.
Our national security plans, you heard from Mr. Blaze, shut down the nation's borders, secure the nation's borders, and stop the flow of guns. We plan to move the port. We plan to unstuff containers and scan all containers coming into Trinidad and Tobago, end the contraband, end the free flow of guns, clean up the police service, right-size the courts, and put a bounty on the guns in the country. Give police officers $1,000 for every gun they bring in to destroy. The Prime Minister told us they have 30,000 guns in the country. It'll cost us $30 million to melt all and gun crime done.
Number 3, first world law enforcement.
That dovetails and ties in with this, and it comes down to us being able to implement zero crime policies, put the police officers back in the community, shut down the police stations. We have reactive policing taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. Why we don't have the police officers on the beat, patrolling, meeting the community, getting to know the people, and being able to impact on crime before it even starts.
Number 4, from criminals to contributing citizens.
We plan to turn the jails into universities. Even if you fall through the cracks of society, for whatever reason you become a criminal and you end up in a jail, we plan that when you come out a better human being than when you went in.
5. First world healthcare.
We plan to build 41 accident and emergency 24 hours, 7 days a week healthcare centers within easy reach of everybody. Sarah Nabi was talking about the time that she had an allergic reaction and she nearly lost her life trying to get into a hospital. Hospitals, healthcare, accident and emergency should be within 5, 7 to 10 minutes of everybody.
6. Prestige education for all.
We plan to zone all the schools. We plan to abolish the SCA. We plan to give each child a grade point average and make each school a 10-year school. That means at the end of every term, the Ministry of Education will monitor the performance of every child in the system. All the children in the classroom, their collective GPA becomes the teacher's GPA. And all the teacher's GPA become the school's GPA. You'll be able to monitor the performance of every school and every teacher in this country and make sure that every child gets first-world education.
7. Higher education and skills training.
This is a country where the vast majority of our skills people are uncertified. And there is nowhere for them to go and say, I need to get a certificate in welding and masonry and carpentry and auto mechanics. We need to make it possible for them to easily achieve these certificates. We're not going to read all 21 for you, but we wanted to show you at a glance what policies are that would run our country. Healthcare, education, security, food production. We plan to make farmlands available to farmers so that they can grow food at predetermined prices, and the state will be responsible through 41 wholesale and retail markets to keep the price of food down. These are policies. These are policies. These are just some of the policies, and we wanted to give you an idea. These flyers, we have more of these flyers here. These flyers are available, and you can check more at the back. We have any more of these flyers here? Okay, we don't have these here, but we have it available online as a PDF. You can download it and print it yourself. The reality of what we have to face, especially people of Horquetta, Talparo, is this. What is going on in your constituency is an absence of representation. It is the Progressive Empowerment Party that asked the government to come clean on Maxi Coffee. Come clean on what is his health situation. The people of Horquetta, Talparo deserve representation at the parliamentary level. And what has been going on has been nothing but deceit and lies. $3.2 million was spent on Maxi Coffee's healthcare, while other people can access even basic Panadol and bandages in the hospital. This cannot be allowed to continue. This double standard and two-sided way of running the country. If it's not good for all, it's not good for one. And if one person hungry, all of us can be happy. The Progressive Empowerment Party asks you to stand with us and join together, one people under one flag, and together we can make this a better nation. Thank you very much.